Rev up your engines!
Ruben Alonso says, morning, Scotty. What do you think of Duralast? Okay, well, Duralast is an AutoZone brand, tools, and even batteries. Now, let's take Duralast Batteries. AutoZone doesn't build any of this stuff. They're just buying it from a company. They're decent batteries. I got them in some of my cars, right? The only problem I find today is they are extremely overpriced. The average battery you're going to buy for a car now is almost $200. It doesn't cost that much money to build them. That's just that they know you need a battery, you need it now, you come to the store, and they're going to pretty much you with the price of the battery. It's unfortunate. I mean, you could look at, say, an AutoZone Duralast battery. You could go to a Walmart and you could get an equivalent battery for probably 60% less than you're going to pay at the AutoZone. And all the discount auto parts stores are the same. I had a lady told me over a Honda, I don't know if you saw the video, where son had blown the engine in the thing, and then I told him it's blown, get rid of it. And I was going to put a battery in it because the battery was flat dead because it's had for 3 years. And then I'm pricing around here, and there was one of those little tiny baby Honda Civic, tiny little thing. They wanted over $200 for them around here in Rhode Island. I go to even Walmart, didn't have the discount ones. They only had the $200-something ones. They're all overpriced. They're decent batteries at Duralast, but as far as I'm concerned, they're way overpriced because you're there. A lot of these discount auto parts stores are now like convenience stores to see how high they can hit up stuff on it because they know you're there now and they're going to charge you whatever they can get away with because it's convenience. Walter Brada says, why are all these people trying to buy 20-year-old cars? Well, you know why? Because they were better made back in the day. It's sad, but it's true. I'll give you a perfect example. My wife has a 22-year-old Lexus ES 300. When it was 21 years old, the check engine light came on for the first time, and it was a $38 temperature sensor I put on it, fixed it, right? I have people bringing me Lexuses that are less than a year old, and the check engine lights are coming on already. Nobody's making them like they used to. They're all making them cheaper, more plastic, more electronics that can go bad. And that's why get in an older car. Hey, maybe you got to fix things, but hey, if you fix them right, they can last. They didn't have the planned obsolescence electronics that modern cars have. Now, take like Toyota, their modern dynamic force engine system, phenomenal gas miles, will get in the 40s, more horsepower. But that's extremely high-tech electronic computer technology, and when it breaks, good luck finding anybody who can fix it. And when they do, you find out, well, I got to buy this control module. That's $1,200. Everything is expensive and hard to figure out on modern cars. And the older ones, not only were they better made, but they were simpler. Johnny says, Scotty, what's your favorite electric vehicle? Well, if you know anything about me, I'm not a fan of electric vehicles, but I do have to say, my favorite one that I saw, that I've actually driven, was the Volvo electric car. Now, it's a massive failure. Nobody's buying them. The resale value is less than 1/2 when they're a year old, but it had regular turn signals, regular headlight switches, a gear shift that was crystal, that park, reverse drive, just what you want. So it looks like a regular car. It had a regular dash. It doesn't have some dumb panel that you have to look to the side. It's right in front of you. And I did like driving it. It was an electric car. I'm not a fan of electric cars, but I have to say, that's the best electric car that I ever drove. And it's proven to be a massive failure in the United States. Soccer mom type stuff. They want the convenience of gasoline. They don't have to worry about charging their car and stuff. So, what can you do? But that was my favorite one that I've driven. Rasa says, Scotty, should I sell my Toyota Auris 2018 1.6 liter 4 or buy a 2023 Corolla with a new 3-cylinder engine? Me? Stay with the 1.6. That 4-cylinder engine can last forever. I am not a 3-cylinder fan. I think they're underpowered. Then they turbocharge to get more power. They wear out. They've had problems with some of those engines breaking down. 3 is too small as far as I'm concerned. They can do the engineering to get horsepower, but I don't like 3-cylinder engines. They're naturally unbalanced, they vibrate more, and they generally don't hold up as long as a 4-cylinder engine does. Forever Joker says, I got a 2021 Corolla. I changed the thermostat. I mistakenly only added half the coolant. It ran hot for 30 seconds until I added more coolant. Did I damage the engine? No, you didn't damage the engine that small amount of time. 30 seconds. It takes a lot longer. You had some air in the system. You didn't get the air out. That isn't going to hurt anything. You could actually start a car up with no coolant at all and run it for 30 seconds. It's not going to hurt anything. That's a short amount of time. Don't make a big deal of doing it all the time. Of course not. But no, you didn't do any damage. Jiu-Jitsu Jeff BJJ says, I'm experiencing brake judder in reverse. Can a bad strut cause this? 2020 Corolla SE. Well, it could, because you're backing up and then you hit the brakes and it starts juddering. More often, it means that your back rotors or back drums are warped. So when you go backwards and you hit the brakes, it starts shaking because either the rotors, if you have discs in the back, or the drums, if you have drum brakes in the back, are just worn. And then they do a judder, because as you stop, they're going like this. Now, they're not really going like this. They're going a few thousandths of an inch in and out. I'm just exaggerating. But that makes the brakes judder. Sports God 05 says, Scotty, what's the best truck to buy new these days? Longest lasting, best quality. Thanks. Well, I always used to say, you can't beat the Toyota trucks, right? But then they took the beautiful Tundra and put a V6 engine and twin turbos. The engines are blowing up, so I can't advise that. Now, I always liked the Tacomas, because in the Tacomas, my son's got two. He's got a 4-cylinder and he's got a V6. But now they don't make the V6s in the Tacomas anymore. They only put the Turbo 4s. I don't like Turbo 4s. But let's say you can buy a Toyota Tacoma with just a regular 4 and not a Turbo 4. That's what I advise you to buy. They still make some of the best trucks out there, Toyota, but their quality isn't what it used to be, and they're making mistakes. Give people a choice. Maybe they only want a plain 4 cylinders, a work truck. Maybe they want a V6 for towing their boats in and out of the water, going off-road 4-wheel drive. They don't want a Turbo 4. But they have no choice now. Emmett Mon says, Scotty, how is the Audi A6 TDI engine? Well, if you follow me at all, I don't like German cars. I don't like Audis. They're over-engineered insanity, money pits as they age. But, strangely enough, the turbo diesel engine that Audi has is an excellent engine. I have customers with them, and they love them. They know they're high maintenance, and they cost a lot of money. In this case, if you buy a used, I've had customers with them that paid 1/3 the price of a brand new one. And they only had like 40,000 miles. And these diesel engines can generally go hundreds of thousands of miles. It's still an Audi, has complex electronics, very expensive to maintain and fix. But those are very good turbo diesel engines. Turbochargers were made for diesels. Gasoline engines, they tend to blow up more, wear out faster. But diesels can take the extra pressure of a turbo. X-Lee says, Scotty, do you like the steer-by-wire system in the Cybertruck? No, I didn't like it at all. It oversteered. Since it's got that stupid yoke, right, you can't keep spinning it, so it only turns so far. So the little turn makes a big difference in driving. It oversteers. And the one that I had, hey, it made horrible noises. When you sat there and just turned it, thing was groaning and moaning on a brand new vehicle. I was totally unimpressed. If you saw the video that I put up the other day, this Cybertruck scares the heck out of me. Well, it did, because it's super fast, but I didn't like its handling. I mean, there's nothing in front of you. The dash is just blank, and then you got to look to the side in the middle to where the stupid control unit is, where all the buttons. It'd take you 500 years to figure out what buttons to push to get in. You're taking your eye off the road. I'm driving around here. The speed limit is 20 miles an hour, and I look at the screen, and it says the speed limit is 30 miles an hour where you are. So it didn't even do the speed limit right. So I wasn't impressed by that thing, but the steering I thought was one of the worst attributes of the entire thing. It was noisy and it oversteered. Tom Karen says, Scotty, should I get a Honda Passport with 5,000 pounds towing to tow a 3,800 pound travel trailer? Should I get something else? Well, if you like the Passports, they're decent made vehicles. There's nothing wrong with the Passports. They're Hondas. They're pretty well made, you know. Do you want a vehicle like that? You know, a Passport. Or do you want a pickup truck? Now, if you want a regular vehicle to drive people around, the Passport's good for just driving people around and then towing your trailer too. Pickup trucks, they don't ride as well. They don't have as much room inside, so it might be a perfect fit for your family. I don't know exactly what you're looking for, but they're good vehicles, and that's no problem towing 3,800 pounds. MK says, Scotty, how do you relax? Well, believe it or not, it drives my wife nuts. When I sit in bed, put my head on a pillow, I'm out. She might be sitting there for hours thinking about stuff, wake up, thinking something's wrong somewhere. Me, when my head hits the pillow, I only have 2 speeds, on and off. When I'm on, I'm on. When I'm off, I'm sleeping. So I like natural stuff. I don't like man-made stuff. You know, you can take Disneyland stuff, throw it down a toilet. I want to see real stuff. We went to Mendocino a few months ago. It's beautiful on the West Coast. Went to Moab the other year out in the desert. I like real things. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.